things that's making me emotional. I have full body chills right
I am physically nauseated watching that.
What began as a candid and unvarnished glimpse into Meghan Markle's life has blossomed into one of the most in her heartfelt debut on the Kern Lima podcast. Meghan revealed anecdotes about parenthood, mental health, and handwritten emails to her children in one of the year's most contentious interviews.
Searching for something to like about her, and it's so hard to like her. It's not your fault. It's because she's extremely unlikable.
But she never stops whining.
If you don't, she has the non-it factor. It's amazing. She's actually good at this.
I just can't stand her. I just think she's such a phony. All the young women in particular who work for her quit in tears. She so wore them down. It was so...
However, the internet refused to accept it. The criticism was swift and severe, with accusations of false tears and suggestions that she had Prince Harry on a vision board years before they met. Instead of seeing a distraught Duchess, they saw a well-staged spectacle.
Then you watch a tear fall down her face, and then she starts cackling because she's so proud of herself that she was able to...
How did Meghan's moment of truth turn into a headline-dominating disaster? Critics, former employees, and even talk show presenters added vicious commentary, and now Netflix and Spotify are discreetly distancing themselves from the Marvel media circus. Hold on tight, because this is going to be crazy.
Convince you that they're the happiest that they've ever been in their life.
And I found an old report card, from when I was at Hollywood Schoolhouse. Maybe I was probably Archie's age.
It began with a single tear when Meghan sat down with best-selling author Kern Lima for what was supposed to be a heart-to-heart Canadian emotional reel. However, the moment that broke the internet came when a single tear fell down her left cheek. The exact move she had once boasted she could perform on cue during her suit promo days. Social media noticed clips of Meghan laughing about her ability to cry on command, "Let I go," in one of her previous interviews, and now she was once more in the middle of an interview, delivering that same tear like a well-timed monologue.
A stage, this is all just Meghan Markle's stage. We're expected to buy it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's
Twitter exploded. The phrase "Oscar-winning Duchess" trended for hours when talk edits showed her crying in contrast to her earlier giggle. Fans were even concerned about if this was a lady breaking down or a character breaking the mold, and things only grew messier. She was promptly accused of emotional manipulation for her emotional weakness. Every pause, every sigh, every deliberate phrase was dissected by users on Reddit and YouTube. One post said, "She's not opening up, she's auditioning." The moment the mask came off was supposed to be a relatable moment for Meghan and the internet.
Gosh, I work so hard. I appreciate what hard work looks like. I like working hard.
Way to identify a pathological liar is they lie about like crazy things. Or like saying that you write an email to your kid.
And the criticism was only beginning when the internet began to slow down. Meghan then disclosed still another shocking revelation. She sends her children emails every night for the next 18 years, which is more than 6,000 emails per child.
Where I go to bed almost every night, I email them.
Wow.
Meghan is definitely someone that would read through 6,000 emails.
What started off as a sweet parenting story swiftly turned into the internet's new favorite joke. One Reddit member commented, "She's too busy to blink but has time to write novels to toddlers." Others laughed aloud and began phoning her inbox mom because it was simply unreal. Others accused TikTokers of fabricating her narrative to gain sympathy, citing instances of exaggerated virtue in previous interviews. One viral video even asserted, "This is classic. Meghan oversells the story and overplays the emotion." Even her admirers found it difficult to refute the assertion. Yes, probably not really, and that's when things started to go south. What had started as a sentimental confession turned into a crisis of credibility, with the internet scrutinizing every word, every story, and every pause she made on camera. However, this wasn't the only thing that raised eyebrows. In the same podcast, Meghan doubled down on her role as a diligent worker, detailing her days overseeing brand launches, writing newsletters, perfecting social media captions, and even strategically choosing her attire.
Writing the newsletters and writing the social media captions and making sure that all that feels in line and what's the cadence of it. The moment that everything sells out, it doesn't mean that we're done. It means we're working on replenishment and what are the next SKUs and what's the next tranche of products and what's the time.
She presented herself as a boss mom, multitasking whiz, and powerhouse. But behind the scenes, former employees have quite different stories to share. Insiders who worked with Meghan in London and Montecito have made startling allegations that she destroyed her staff, with one person saying she doesn't lead, she steamrolls. Someone else said, she's obsessed with optics, it's all about how she looks, not how she treats people. Several employees reportedly left in tears, while others called the workplace hostile, full of mood swings, unreasonable demands, and cold silences. Some even dubbed it the moral churn. Despite this, Meghan appears compassionate on camera as she discusses empowering women, supporting mothers, and showing up for people. Fans were shocked by the disparity and started to wonder, can both realities be true? Or is a particular version only a different script? Then, according to someone close to her ex-husband Meghan, had Prince Harry on a vision board years before they met. Yes, a literal cutout of Harry's face glued next to phrases like future husband and things were about to get even more dramatic. It sounds like a plot twist from a rom-com, but it's not. Naturally, the internet went crazy with memes after one user shared a vision board mock-up featuring the slogan, "Bag the Prince Tick," and Harry wearing a crown talkers acted out. Even talk show hosts made fun of Meghan for pasting Harry onto foam boards, implying that she staged the royal wedding more skillfully than a Disney princess. However, the story raised more serious questions, as if it were real. It wasn't just a cute coincidence, but rather a long-game PR play fit for a Netflix special. Suddenly, the fairy tale felt staged, and even Meghan's most poetic lines, like calling Harry H in public, started to sound scripted. Was it just branding? Or was there something more deliberate and appropriate? When that rumor peaked, Meghan took another move. This cannot be made up. Meghan gave a buddy a jar of her own jam, but she did more than simply sign it. Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex, signed it, causing the opinions panel to collectively groan and roll their eyes. It's love, Meghan. According to reports, Whoopi Goldberg said, "Wake me up when it's over." Even admirers thought it was strange. One comment said, "She's clinging to that title like it's a security blanket." Others called it petty, performative, and a royal-level cringe fest. "Is this jam or propaganda?" was added by another. Additionally, there have been rumors circulating behind the scenes that Prince William is merely waiting to ascend to the throne in order to permanently deprive Meghan of the HR title. But Meghan isn't backing down, and signing her jars with royal flair wasn't an error, it was a message, and she conveyed it to others as well. The media deals that made Meghan a modern-day billionaire are beginning to damage her Netflix series. Love, even worse. A celebrity chef who made fun of the show online claimed Netflix threatened legal action. According to internal sources, Season 2 was approved only to fulfill contractual obligations and not because anyone was interested in watching Meghan. Meghan was supposed to be intimate, wholesome, and empowering, but critics criticized it as being exhausting, egocentric, and strangely self-indulgent. Excited. But her $25 million Spotify deal fell through due to its own aspirations. The debut podcast, which featured feminist narratives and A-list women, was widely criticized by audiences who said it was soulless and preachy. Even Spotify executives reportedly regretted signing the deal in the first place. What began as a multimedia empire is now resembling a digital ghost town, and despite this, Meghan maintains that she is just being authentic for herself. Every media appearance appears to be intended to reclaim her narrative, but what happens when the off-camera version begins to leak former palace aides? The backlash wasn't just public, it was internal, with Hollywood insiders speculating that Meghan was turning into a brand risk. Industry insiders and Montecito employees explain, a woman's temperament is reported to be somewhat different from the polished interviews. One former employee characterized the atmosphere as being on eggshells, while another likened it to being on a live-action reality show with no off switch. The statistics support the claims of flare-ups, quiet treatments, and an obsession with control, significant employee turnover, and disappearing public relations representatives. Even close colleagues say they feel burnt by public statements that have been altered 5 times before being released, and others characterize her as charming until questioned. Meanwhile, Meghan keeps displaying warmth, vulnerability, and empowerment on the internet. It's a story about 2 Meghans, one behind the scenes, one on television, and now with her podcast in ruins and her Netflix program in ruins, people are beginning to wonder if this is the beginning of the end for the Duchess of Drama, since she is struggling and her fan base is disintegrating. A lifetime of headlines in 10 minutes of podcasting. Meghan Markle's most recent media campaign was meant to be her redemption story, but instead it has revealed flaws in the brand she painstakingly created with vision boards, emotional monologues, fake tears, and royal jam jars. The backlash has been unrelenting, and with Netflix and Spotify subtly withdrawing, even her Hollywood halo is beginning to fade. But perhaps this isn't the end, and Meghan will reinvent herself. We'll be watching because with the Duchess of Drama, the next chapter is never far behind. Thank you for watching, and until the next time, keep your tea hot and your receipts ready. Perhaps she has finally run out of ways to sell the same story. Let us know in the comments if you think Meghan